found anything, Luke? Bit of panning. She doesn't want to jump in there, Brady, it's too deep. Right, shall we find somewhere else to have a pan, eh? Of the Waitaki River. We've been here before, but that was in the winter time. You can just see over there, there's a bus. Yeah, I'll just try and zoom in, hang on. And here's Abby rolling in some sheep shit, probably. Hey? Do not edit it out. So what we're doing today is we're just on the riverbed and we're going to go for, we've done a little bit of panning in the stream.
No gold.
You can see the pans there, but there's haven't found anything.
But interesting rocks and all that. We've got some quartz somewhere, I can't remember. There's the quartz. Here's the quartz. Where's the prismarine you had?
We haven't found anything too interesting yet, have we?
Well, that rocks, I just looked a little bit weird. I just wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
Right, Daddy was throwing out rocks and I was like, hold on.
Yeah. Righto, we'll go for a ride up here, see what we can see.
Any ponds and all that stuff.
This is an old toilet, the camp down here, you can see down through the trees over there. This used to be a camp, this used to be a toilet block, but it's seen better days. See the ladies on this. Hey, watch out, what did you stand in? Yeah, there's a few prickly bits around here.
It's not the wettest, but over the campsite there's a bit of, it's a bit raining, so it's a bit wet. Over two grown in there, there's like some needles things.
Yeah. Right, we'll get started again into neutral.
Everywhere.
You got to watch out for the gorse and that, Brady.
Why is there gorse everywhere?
Just because it used to be really bad around here, I think. Now that Granddad's trying to keep it under control, I think. Where's the stone, Abby?
Where's the stone, Abby? Nowhere! So you're not going swimming!
Are you going to jump on?
Terrible! Good news! Yay! You are not getting further.
Ready?
Yeah.
Take off. Oh. Hard to go one-handed. Do you want to do a bit of filming? Just hold it. Like. Got it?
Yep.
Just don't drop it. Just a bit of a spooky hole in the tree, isn't it? Bit spooky. I wonder what's been in here. Well, it's burnt out. We're just going for a burn around the riverbed, trying to do a bit of panning and some streams, just for a bit of a laugh, bit of fun. It's not a bad evening for once. We've had some pretty wet weather lately, but it's quite good today. But I thought I'd do a wee bit about this old bike here. This is a this is a Yamaha Timberwolf that I got when I was about 15 to ride around on the farm that my father used to manage. It's four-wheel drive. That's right, Brady. Yeah, so it's about 1995. So what's that? It's been nearly about 27, probably nearly about 27 years old. It's been a pretty good old bike. It's just had a bit of an overhaul. The CV boots on that axle there and the other side as well, they're getting all cracked, and just with age, just the rubber was cracking, and it was a bit of a mess in here. I don't know if you can see that. That's the CV joint for the front, for the diff for the front axle for four-wheel drive, and that the old one of those split open, and it put axle grease everywhere, all over the engine. And I've cleaned it a little bit. It's not perfect, but it's a bit better than it was, because it was just covered in sort of grease.
What's grease?
It goes around like the wheel bearings and the differentials, to make it so that it doesn't. It's nice and slippery and smooth, and it makes the bike go nice. And do you see the if you come in the front, ready? I'll show you. You see this here? Mm-hmm. That's a front diff, because the power from the engine, it goes along that drive shaft. See the drive shaft where my finger's pointing? Mm-hmm. It comes from the engine, and it gives the power. The engine makes that turn, and then in turn that makes the cog and this diff turn. And see these these shafts. These shafts, they go to the front wheels. See, there's one for that side, and then there's one on the other side. So that makes the engine makes all these drive shafts turn, and it makes these wheels turn. So you don't get, because it's good, because it's four-wheel drive, so you don't get stuck in any mud or anything, because it makes all four wheels turn at the same time, pretty much. Come around the back. See, there's a diff. There's a drive shaft goes from the engine to this diff here.
Yeah, the diffs are a bit different.
Yeah, because this is it drives both wheels at the same time on the back, whereas the front ones it doesn't, sort of. So that's why the diff looks a wee bit different. But that's what makes the back wheels turn, is that diff there in the drive shaft. You see? Some of you that are watching this video might be looking at the gear stick, because most motorbikes and four-wheelers, ATVs or whatever, this has got 5 gears. So you can go, you lift it up, you lift the pedal up to change gear. But because I've got cerebral palsy, I can't use my ankle. I lift my foot the same as someone that hasn't got cerebral palsy, so I've had this extension lever put on so I can change gears. So it's and I had a smaller 80cc bike when I was a younger kid, and that had the same thing as well. Had a lever to, so you just, when you change gears, when you take your hand off the throttle, you just pull this lever back, and it in turn lifts the pedal up. So it's good for me. It's quite good, but it's just a bit of, sometimes it's a bit iffy on a somewhere steep. You can't, you have to take your hand off this left handlebar to change gears, so it can be a bit dicey on steep hills. Yeah. So it's pretty good condition, mainly this bike for sort of 27 years old. It's pretty good. It's hasn't needed much work to keep it going, but probably the untidiest thing about it is the is the exhaust. You can see there's a couple of big rusty holes in it, so it makes a fair bit of noise. You can hear everyone can hear you coming. So yeah, it's been ridden on the beach a wee bit, so it's had a bit of rust, mainly on some of the bolts on it. Yeah. Oh, and you can see on the engine that there was a bit of rust around the front part of the manifold and that. But overall, it's a pretty good, tidy bike. Goes well. It's a 250cc. So keep pull.
They're taking off. A little bit jet boat storage. We did previously swim in here just for fun, but it was kind of cold, so we didn't go there for much longer.
Have you got the gate shut properly? Watch out, you're in the film. Brody's had enough of the bike, he's running home. Well, it's New Year's Eve. I don't know what time it is. It must be nearly midnight. I thought I would what's that? The Blair Witch Project out here. I thought I'd just go for a little drive at night just to see if we could see some rabbits around in the trees, or some possums in the trees, and see some rabbits, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't really got I've just got a wee head torch, so it probably doesn't, it's not bright enough to spotlight any possums or anything. The boys didn't want to come, chickened out, didn't want to come with me. They're too busy watching Transformers inside, so might be time to go in for a cup of maybe a beer or something to see the new year and get away from these moths that are buzzing around my head with this torch on my head on. Right.